One thing that I wish I knew before, which would have changed the trajectory of many things I went through and many people, was the fact that no matter what, to the wrong person, there's no right words. There's no amount of rehearsing, going over a phrase, fucking sitting there rewriting the same piece over and over, trying to find the right words to say to this person that will get through to them. Because again, when that person is not your person, there's nothing you can do about it. There's no other way. There's nothing. There's nothing we can do about it. No matter what, to the wrong person, like, there is no right words. There's nothing. There's nothing that you can physically do. There's nothing that you can say verbally. No. Oh. 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 But there's nothing. There's nothing. I used to sit there with my phone typing, erasing, typing, erasing, typing, erasing, trying to form what to me was the perfect sentence. And what ended up happening was that even as I sat there just writing, all of it was for nothing because it was still like a crash out. Like it was a crash out moment. It was a crash out moment. Why was it a crash out moment? Because there's not that was proof right there that there is nothing that you can do that is gonna make your rights right to them. Like you're right. Like you will always be wrong to the wrong motherfucker. Like you will always be wrong. And I wish I was shown, like, firsthand. I was shown that, like, there's not a specific person that you can be. There's not a certain, like, type of ideal of theirs, or I guess you could say like a type of persona that you can uphold, or again specific words that you can say in order for this person to stay. It's not. If they're meant to go, they're gonna go. If it's not for you, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. And I every time I speak, usually, not even usually, most of the time, unless it's like speaking hypothetically, then yeah, most of the time, like always. Okay, it's I speak from experience, and again, firsthand, I got to see that, like, I sat there looking very foolish, thinking to myself, like, I never dealt with something like this. Maybe if I did this, it could work. Maybe if I did that, it could work. Oh, it went like this today. Maybe tomorrow I'll try this. All of it is for nothing. For the wrong person. I did everything what I thought was right. And even what I thought was the most righteous ended up being the most wrong decision ever. That turn I took, every single turn led to the same dead end. There was none that got me through that tunnel. There was none that did. That's why when you're dealing with someone and you see that, like, every time you try something or a certain way things are going, it's just like you're just being hit in the head. Like, it's just like roadblock. It's most likely because it's not the right person. And you see, I got to see that because, again, the thing about me is that when I deal with the people that I deal with, when I pay attention, I use them, again, as a learning curve to not make that same mistake the same time. There's times where I was genuine in being myself, and it did led me to, a dead end. There was times where I spoke to someone who, well, I don't even know, I found out of the blue and just, I guess, gave it the benefit of the doubt when I knew the type of person they were, and I definitely see why they say you're that type of person. And there was a time where I tried to put on a persona thinking if I was this, maybe it would make you want me more. And you know what? Every single time, no matter the way I went, it was a dead end. But one thing I'll admit was, out of all of those, the best time that I had was the time where I was doing it while being genuine. At least, like, I hit my head, like, on that brick ass wall. But at least it was while being genuine out of the pure intentions of my heart. Like, that's why it was the best one. But I find that the one where I was trying to like be somebody else in order to like please this person was that I was very uncomfortable because I didn't even like that persona I had on. It wasn't who I was. And I always like on YouTube I vouch for like be yourself, be yourself. So when I was trying to be someone else, like I was feeling like this little like disconnect inside between like who I am and who I'm trying to be, and I was very uncomfortable during it. And you see, it's like if me being someone else is gonna disconnect my body like this and have me feeling like I'm in two different places, I would rather not do it, and I would rather come back to being myself and having one whole body over dealing with that. So that's why I was like, I'm not gonna do it, because again, there's nothing you can do. I really want you guys to understand, because I've noticed that every single time in the person I've dealt with, if that person is not meant for you, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. It's just about paying attention to like the little cues and the words that they say, and it'll make sense that they're not here to stay. They're not, and for me they never were. But it was like, you know the only reason that kept me was, again, I would just want it to last a little bit longer. I was used to having nothing for a long time, so when I got something, I was like, even if it's not that good for me, if I can just keep you just for a little bit longer or just for a while, I want to. But all that does to you is it makes the ruin in the end worse, because that house you guys were building, it was one floor at first, but then as months go by, you continue building and building and building. But now when it's time to part ways and burn the house down, well, it's huge. And it's going to be catastrophic when that shit falls down. And that's how it kind of is, like. And that's how it was for me every time. That's why I seen, like, when it was shorter periods, I wasn't so connected, so it didn't hurt that bad. But when it was longer, oh my gosh, when it was longer, it was really like, it was the worst, especially for someone like me. And when my emotions are so heavy and strong, when I tell you that shit, like just thinking about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like when I tell you I was so fucked up. That's why I'm like, honestly, for my well-being, I've learned my lesson now. Honestly, what you see is what you're gonna get. And honestly, I'm not gonna change myself or try to be someone else. Like, if you fuck with me, if you really are liking what you see and you want a piece, then honestly, you're gonna take a piece of this cake for what you see. Like, you see this hourglass Coke bottle figure? Yeah, you see this? You see this? I don't look like a block at all. No, I don't. I look like a Coke bottle. This is what you get. This authentic person in front of you, real, raw energy. This is what you're gonna get. And if you ain't fucking with it, well, all I could tell you is kick rocks. Because at this point in age, I'm 20 now. And I'm tired of being played with like a toy. I'm 20 years old. A 20-year-old toy? Are you crazy? Okay. That's why I'm like, you know what? Respectfully, I'm off that. Like, I already know I'm the prize. And why do I say that? That's because I hold myself to a very high standard, to a very high extent, to the point why these people cannot deal with me. It's for a reason. It's because my energy, my authenticity, it's too much for them. They're not used to somebody like me, so that's why it's just too much for them. And they're like, I can't handle pressure, so let me back up. And I let them back up, because for me, it's like, I lost you, yes, but it's not really your loss. Like, it's not my loss, because like the prize is still sitting in this case. You don't see this trophy? Yeah, face card. And that's really my message for today. Don't change yourself, honestly, guys. Connections are supposed to flow naturally. If they really fuck with you, they're gonna fuck with you no matter what. If I walked around with my glasses like this, if you liked me, you were gonna like my glasses like this. If I walked around with my septum like this and my face like this, that's like a potato head. If I walked around like this, if you fucked with me, you would take me like this and you're gonna accept me. So it's like, you shouldn't have to change yourself and morph yourself and do all this for someone to want you. No, they're supposed to want you for as you are, okay? And I love you guys. and no one will love me. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say that. That's not true. Oh, cut.